కౌశిక్ నేను షేర్ చేశానండి. స్టార్ట్ చేశాను. జస్ట్ 2 మినిట్స్ అండి. ఐయామ్ వెయిటింగ్ ఫర్ యాహ్! నో వరీస్. నో వరీస్. ఐ జస్ట్ వాంట్ లెట్ యూ నో. ఓకే. హలో. హలో. కౌశిక్
Yeah, hello.
కెన్ యూ హియర్ మీ నౌ?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let me share my screen. So we discussed on keys. We started discussing keys on Saturday, right? Do you remember? Like, constraints. Keys are constraints, basically.
Yeah,
What,
Andy.
what is a constraint? We just wanted to impose certain rules in order to avoid some data integrity issues, right? That is what a constraint means. Okay, and we wanted to maintain the data integrity. And what are all the different constraints we do have? We do have, 1 second. If you can see my screen. We do have different constraints. Date and all were done, right? And everything we discussed here extensively. So primary key, unique key, foreign key, and not null is not exactly a constraint, but not null is kind of, kind of imposing the constraint, but it behaves differently, which we have checked. And the check is a one constraint, default is also another constraint, which we will be discussing it today. Okay. So primary key constraint, we discussed like primary key. Initially, we started with primary key. So what are the key things in primary key? Primary key is nothing but unique plus not null. So one or more columns can be acted as a primary key. That is known as what, Andy? I think recording is on. That is known as a composite primary key. Hello. Can you hear me, Kaushik?
Yeah,
So,
Andy, I can hear you. Yeah.
So a composite primary key is the one that applies uniqueness on one or more columns. So we have seen various examples of composite primary key, right? We created on Saturday, we created the uniqueness and all in SRC style. If you see how the uniqueness is defined based on student number as well as an student name. It is not alone on student number. We have defined the uniqueness, right? 101 Aryan, 101 Chetan, 101 David, 101 Jesse, 101 John, 102 Jesse. Again, because Jesse is repeating, but the combination, if you see row number 4 and row number 6,
Yeah, 1 or 2.
combination is not getting repeated. It is deferred in this student number, right? So this is how
Yeah.
the composite primary key is maintained. It's on one or more key. Maybe if you want the combination to be on 2 to 3 different also, that will be fine. Okay. However, you can define only on one particular key also. So we have altered because there is an existing data and all, there is an already table, we have altered the constraint. Suppose we also see that on a single key, we wanted to add a constraint on student number because the existing data the existing data has a repeatancy or redundancy, it is not allowing us, right? We tried to execute this statement and we were getting errors, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So now if you see how this primary key will be represented in our tables, where exactly it gets created, even it gets created in the metadata also. If you see, go back to this. There's a columns. See, if you see student number and student name. This is a composite primary key. It is not like, it has two primary keys. Okay. PK and PK, even it is showing like this. This is a composite primary key. Only at the table level, there should be only one primary key. Just 1 second, and 1 second, give me a minute. Evero?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So this is how. So let's try to truncate the data and let's try to create a primary key on student number and student name. Okay. We'll see, because the existing data is not allowing, right? Okay. However, there are already constraints. There is already primary key constraint on student number and student name. Now, can I create, even if I drop the data, can I create a primary key constraint on student number alone?
No, now it will not accept.
What could be the reason?
Because there is already one constraint,
One primary key. I mean,
one primary key
yeah,
already is there, so
yeah,
it doesn't accept
exactly.
for
At
this
the
table.
table level, there is only one primary key. And if you expand keys also, the key name, what was given for this, add constraint name, it is already there. Okay. And if you see the constraint, so the keys, what all we define over there, the name of the keys will be maintained over here. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's see that we will not be able to. Okay. If we start with today's 429, right? Okay. Now let me drop that. Let me just, select start from SRC study. Let me truncate the data and try to see this one. Truncate table or delete from is also fine. Okay. Truncate table name SRC stud. What just happened? Nothing is there. Now there is no constraint or data constraint that if I'm going to execute this, this is 429 primary key. Okay. Now, when I'm trying to add a constraint, what is this? Data types. I'm just trying to go ahead and execute these statements. It will not allow because there is already a primary key defined on it, right? So the constraint, even though there is no data, but the constraints are there. The metadata, it defines the constraints. The constraints are there. So it is not allowing us to create one more primary key, right?
Okay.
Now what you can do, you can drop the constraint and you can recreate a primary key. Okay. What you can do is alter table.
ఒక క్వశ్చన్ అండి,
ఏంటండి?
ఇక్కడ కీస్ ఒకటి pk1 అని క్రియేట్ చేస్తారు కదా మీరు, like add constraint pk1, so that name can be anything, right?
Anything. I just gave it as only, for the reference.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. But you need to give the name basically when you're altering, doing that altering the table. Okay. When you're creating a table, you don't have to give the name explicit key, but that could be generated automatically. That also we'll see how to, how to create the constraint, primary key constraints at the creation of the table itself. Okay.
Mhm.
Now, how can I drop the constraint now? Because I want to create a primary key on a different table. Now the need has come. Then I want to drop this constraint, alter table, table name, SRC stud, drop constraint, constraint name. That's it. Okay. That is the reason why I'm just giving the constraint name. Alter table, table name, drop constraint, constraint name. Okay. Now, if you refresh the
Okay.
table, your primary key will not be there. And if you want, see here, nothing is there. The keys are not there, right? After refreshing. If you want, you can go back and check even in the metadata also. What is the metadata that we are having? Select star from information underscore schema dot tables. Okay.
Okay.
Or columns. Where table name, like SRC underscore
Select star from information schemas.
percentage.
Table
Like
name.
is kind of, equal to partial search, and like is kind of partial search. Like equal to, in place of equal to, in the sense it should be as it is, but like in the
Okay.
sense, okay, the first character should be like this. After this, there could be any characters. The percentage is the search character. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Here you can give, if you are giving at the front, then it can have any, I mean, where it starts with anything, but it should contain these values, and then it can, I mean, like, then it can search, kind of partial search. Now, if you see, there is a assisted and there are no constraints over here, except the not
Yeah.
constraint. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
All. Now, let's add a constraint only on the SNO before inserting the data. Alter table. Add a constraint, table name, SRC underscore stud, add constraint, constraint name, PK1 or PK2 or anything. Prime underscore serial number. Okay, add constraint name, primary key on primary key of SNO, right?
Mhm.
Student number, I'm just executing. Okay, I have given a different name now. Now, if you see, refresh this SRC stud, the columns, student number is only having the primary key. Okay, this is at the single level.
Add constraint primary is prime underscore sun. Okay.
Okay. I think I'm sending these on also on day, like the scripts and all. Okay. So
Yeah.
define. If you cannot open in SQL Server, I mean, you have to get it installed. Just to open it in the Notepad. That also can open. So you'll just go
Okay.
to this scripts and day.
Okay. Sure.
Okay. So I can just go with the Notepad ++ also.
Yeah. Okay.
So now it is the primary key, student number is a primary key, meaning it is already not null and it should be unique also, right? Now let's try to insert some of the records. Let's try to insert some of the records.
మనము ఇన్స్టెడ్ ఆఫ్ ప్రైమరీ కీ అని చెప్పే బదులు యూనిక్ అండ్ నాట్ నల్ అని సెపరేట్ కూడా క్రియేట్ చేయొచ్చా?
Exactly. You can create, but the referential integrity will not be maintained. We'll see that also. Okay. You can create even unique key also when it is coming to the unique one. Okay. However it behaves. But the problem is you cannot create a unique key on, I think, and it is not always necessary that it should be a unique key should be a not null value. It accepts null values also. And primary key to foreign key relationship, even you can create on a unique key, but ideally it used to get it created only on the primary key level.
Okay.
And it is difficult, the compositeness, maintaining the compositeness on unique key.
Mhm.
Okay. You can create multiple unique keys at the table level. It is not that only single primary key like, okay. You can even define that. That will also be not. But what is exactly the difference? Why do you want to go with only primary key is the mostly like, for foreign key relationship. And even on foreign key also you can create a unique, but data integrity. Okay. Data
Okay.
integrity. So referential integrity will be maintained. Okay. Let's see now. When we are going with the unique key and all. Okay. Now try to insert records. Okay. If I'm trying to insert this value, will it accept?
Insert yes.
Yes, because nothing is there right now, the data. It accepted. Okay. Now try to execute this record. Will it accept?
Which record is it? Okay. No,
No.
it will not accept.
No, because student number is a not null.
Student number is
Right.
not null
So
value.
here
Yeah,
it is not the unique constraint that it is getting violated, but it is something like not null constraint that it is getting violated. Okay.
yeah.
So it will not be. How about this? Will it accept?
No.
No, because now student number itself is a unique.
Student name is not null.
Student name is not null, and also student number is a should not be a
Unique,
repetitive value.
not be
Right?
repeating.
101 as a repetitive value. So it will fail because S name is, first of all, it should not allow. First it checks with the null values. And then even if I give not null value, something like, 101. Okay. Check
Chaitanya.
actually. Give you 1. It fails because 101 is a repeated value, duplicate key. Because we defined only on the single student number, right? Okay,
Yeah.
and there is one more example on adding one more primary key. Okay, not because student name is also okay, add one more PK at table level. Because student name is also not null value. I just wanted to add one more primary key on S name, student name. Let's see.
Start.
SRC underscore start. Will it allow if I'm trying to alter?
Alter, like what kind of alteration is it?
Alter table, adding one more primary constraint on student name.
No, it will not.
Will it allow?
No, it will not.
It will not, because at the table level, there should be only one primary key. Okay.
But we can add S name into same as S number primary key.
You can add as a composite ones. Okay, multiple columns.
Composite. Yeah.
You can add, but you cannot add one more primary key basically. So if I wanted to add alter table, SRC add constraint primary key 1, it has already primary key defined on it. So you cannot create because the indexing will be different. Okay. Okay. And here is one more thing also, although I'm not going in depth with the indexing and all, which is highly kind of DBA concept. Primary key plus uniqueness, unique plus not null, as you said, we can create also, but it would be easy for the referential integrity and also indexing part, which is more important. So any key other than primary key, if it all it is defined on the table level, right? That will be an index can be created, but that can be called it as a non-clustered index. But if a table has a primary key, the reason for primary key, the advantage of primary key, if a table has a primary key, then user can, DBA can create a clustered index. Okay, then the clustered index can be created. So why this indexing is important? It is more important with respect to the performance tuning, meaning how fast the data can be retrieved. So you're seeing that, there is normalization. We thought like one table is split into multiple tables, right? So I will go with A to B, there is a common column. If I wanted some tables in from B, then I'm going to fetch the B columns also by joining these two tables A and B through a common column. Again, B to C, there should be there is a common column we had seen in the third normal form or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to fetch the data from the column C also. Okay, by joining B and C. Like this, there number of joins will be there. So in terms of non-clustered index, what will happen? The retrieval of data will take time because it has to go through each and every record. It needs to scan. It will not seek something. It's a difference. Okay. But in clustered index, if the indexing is faster, then performance will be better. The query will result, the faster results. So that is more important for a primary key relationship. Clear, Andy? Because as you ask, like, when primary key is something like unique plus not null can be achieved, why do we need to go with the primary key explicitly? Right?
Yeah.
Okay, then it's a clustered index can be created only on primary keys. Okay. What is an index is a kind of page referential, one of the objects, and that will be used for performance tuning. So you might answer if they ask like, this kind of tricky and all, you can say that, okay, this is where interviewers would try to trick you. Then why I can't create a unique key? Okay. Unique key allows not null values. Then even uniqueness will not be defined with the null value. Null is a kind of pointer, but it stores at an address, right? That address will be stored. So null, even if it is null also, it is treating internally as a different value only. Okay, but when it exactly stores. Unless it is a blank. If you are specifying it as a single blank, and again repeatedly you are specifying blank, then it will not accept. Okay. So in database, null is different than blank. I'll tell you now, in the not nulls itself, let's try to insert here. We are trying to insert student number and name, right? Just see, because it's a null value. Now, if I try to insert a blank not under S number, wait a minute, insert into, I'll use 101 here, right? Because blank will be treated as a character. If I'm writing through, these are the key things that we need to understand. Database will treat null different than a space. Okay. Will it be accepted now? Of course, it fails because 101 is already there.
Yeah.
But let's try with the 102. Will it accept now?
No, it still failed. Oh, it accepts.
Okay. Because blank is different and null is, space is different and blank and null is different here.
Okay.
It will not accept not null value. Okay.
Yeah.
Right. So blank will be treated as a different than null in what we call in database systems.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. So this can be space, right? Now let's see alter table. We cannot create multiple columns, also multiple primary keys. We are good with primary key, right, Andy?
Yeah.
Let me create a primary key by using the create table itself. Okay. Create table. I'm going to create one more table. Create table src underscore similar to this. Stud1. Okay. Just to have what is the structure of the create table, Andy? Create table. Table name.
Table name and
columns. Int. Here itself, I'm defining it as a primary key.
Primary key. Okay.
Student number.
Yeah.
Okay. Int. It's comma not semicolon. S name. Again, S name and varchar.
And varchar. Yeah.
40.
So.
Or 10, whatever it is. And varchar 40.
Yeah.
Okay, here you cannot create one more primary key. Okay, it gives
Yeah.
an error here itself if you are seeing, right?
Okay.
With
Okay.
that
Yeah.
error
Yeah.
only it is coming. Okay,
You
because
can
that's
say not
ABM.
null or something.
Uh-huh. And subject.
Okay.
And you want to
Date of
give it as
journal.
and
Date.
its name as
Date.
not null, right? You can give not null.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not null.
Okay. DOJ, date,
Date.
and you
Date
want
time.
give it as date time or date similar thing you can give. Okay. And it's CGPA.
CGPA person. Decimal. Okay.
10 or 20 or even CGPA is integer decimal
Decimal.
value,
Yeah.
decimal of 10 comma 2
10,2.
or even 5 comma 2. Ideally, it should be 2 digits only. If you are saying 100%, right? Then 100.00 is 5 comma 2. Okay. Out
Okay.
of 5 digits, I'm just giving it. This is my create table. Then a table will be created, the primary key. Okay. Now, if you
Yeah.
refresh, as you said that, do I need to give the name of the constraint? No, when you are creating a table. Okay. Select
Yeah.
start.
Name.
It will be auto assigned by the system. SRC.
So it is assigned as PK, is it? Okay.
Okay. Instead of PK, okay, where exactly it gets created? Refresh the table. Sorry. not
SRC
this. This is the
underscore
one.
stud one. Yeah.
Okay. See student. Okay. Where if you see the key is C. This is auto assigned. Okay.
Yeah.
This number is the unique one. So this gets sorted. But if you want to alter this or drop this constraint, you have to give this name. Okay. The name that is being auto assigned, you can just copy and then give it name. Okay. So you want to insert certain data? Yes. Variation of primary key, you cannot insert duplicate key, SRC start. Oh, it is into SRC start, right? Okay, I'm sorry, my bad. Now you can insert SRC stud one.
Stud one.
Recording inserted. Same thing, it behaves in the same manner. Okay.
Yeah.
Same, it will be behaved. Okay. Instead of start, I'm just giving start one. So the newly created table, it is going to give. Cannot insert null column because it's a null. Okay.
Primary.
And you want to insert the same duplicate value, it throws an error. So I'm just going to insert 102. Try to insert null value under S name, it will not insert. But however, braces, it will not insert because the column does not allow null values. But if you want to insert the blank or space, it will accept that if you give it in the.
Yeah.
Okay. And what more we discussed? Yeah, if you want to drop this constraint on this particular table, student number 1 itself. Okay. Like, but to see what is there in select star. Chappan. Hello.
Select. Hello. Yeah. Okay. Select star from inside.
I just wanted to show you where exactly, columns and all constraint column uses.
Yeah.
These are all the metadata that you can find. Okay. Table.
Name.
SRC
underscore stud one.
Now, if I give like, then there will be 2 tables that will come.
Okay.
underscore stud.
Underscore stud percentage.
Stud one also will come. Okay.
If we don't give a percentage symbol there, it will only give only stud or stud one also it will give.
That's it. It's only stud will come. Now, if you see stud one are coming, right? If I don't give, then it is as good as an equal to only. it becomes only stud.
Okay. Yeah, I
Okay.
got it.
So now if it
Subpercentage.
is stud one only. Okay. Then if I say only stud one, it comes only stud one.
Okay.
Now if you see, is nullable? No. What is the character length? Okay, numeric precision, character schema, column name. You see correlation name. These are all we weren't bothered. Constraints, key column constraints also you can just check. Select star from information underscore schema dot key column uses or constraints. Where table name like
Table name like SRC.
so this ideally don't, but constraints is also one of the SQL object that it maintains. Okay, and constraint name should be unique one. I mean, if you are actually giving it on the 1 second.
Okay, yeah.
The constraint name on std1, whatever it is there, it just mentioned. So what it will do, the constraint name should be unique. Basically, the same constraint name you cannot give. Okay, we'll check when we are giving it in the unique multiple constraints when we are defining, because constraints entirely will be considered as a one object and a one table, then constraint names should be unique. Okay, now how can you actually drop this constraint on this particular table? Alter table.
Alter table, drop constraint. Okay,
Table name.
SRC
Drop
one.
Constraint.
Drop constraint.
Constraint name. What is the constraint name? Here is the
PK1.
entire constraint name you have to give.
Copy.
You can drag and drop simply. Okay.
Yeah, okay.
You can just drag and drop it. Okay. Now if you refresh, or if you are trying to insert 101, it gets inserted again.
Yeah.
Because now the constraint has been removed. Okay.
Yeah.
Refresh. Columns, the constraints are not there. You see here also, there will not be any constraint. Okay.
No. Yeah.
The one record earlier we had seen, it wasn't there. Okay.
Yeah.
This is primary key constraint.
Okay.
Now we will be moving on to unique key. Okay. You said that unique key need not be what we call a null, not null character. Okay. Primary key, if you want to alter any column as a, if you want to impose on any column as a primary key, okay, primary key constraint or something, any column as a primary key, then the column should be a not null column, first of all. Okay, when we are altering the table, right? It should not allow null values. But unique will not have such kind of restriction or rule. And the second thing is, unique key at the table level, unique key can have multiple unique keys also. So the difference between unique keys, unique constraint is I used to identify
unique. Okay.
Oh, in the data types I'm writing now. It is 29. What is unique key constraint? Unique key constraint is to maintain the unique values. Okay. However, it allows null values also. Because nulls, if both of the fields are same, like null only, at the outset, like we can see it as a null value, but ideally at the database level, it is going to store the reference pointer address, which is not the same value. right? So the storage that it is getting
Mhm.
allocated is different, the address and all. So that is the reason why nulls will be different, will be treated as a distinguished values. Okay. However, it allows null values, and we can create multiple unique keys at a single table. Okay. Also, we can maintain. Yes, we will see. We can maintain composite combination of unique key, combination of columns for uniqueness. Meaning, as I told, student number and student name can be unique, right? It is not only
Yeah.
not only that student number alone. Combination of columns for uniqueness. Okay. Okay. So, however, it allows null values in the sense like, can you create a unique key on a not null column? What
Yeah,
is
we
your
can create.
ability?
Yeah, we can create.
We can create, obviously. Okay. We can create, but unless primary key, you don't have a specific rule that you cannot create a unique key on a null column. Okay.
Yeah.
Now let's see. Let's on a SRC stud1 itself. Let's try to create a unique key. Okay. So how are we going to, like, what is there in stud1? Nothing is there, I think, as of now. Select star from. Okay. Can I create a unique key on this student number alone? Altering the table. Can I create it? No. Right?
No.
Because there is
No.
already an
Because it's
existing data that is
primary key.
violating this key constraint. Right?
Yeah,
Uniqueness
yeah.
constraint. So you cannot really create. But if you delete this particular record, now how can I delete it? So it's
Then
a
we
kind
can
of
create.
duplicate one. Both will be getting deleted. But if you maintain only one record, then it is going to be created. Or your update value, okay, then it is going to be updated and delete. Whatever it is. Let me delete. Delete from SRC start one. Number of SNO. This we will discuss later. We'll see as of now. Records is going to be deleted. Okay.
Yeah, to
Now you have only one record that is there. One is a null value, and another is now I'm going to insert here. Now if you see,
yeah.
two records. Now let me add a unique constraint. Again, unique key constraint also can be defined at the time of table creation only. Okay. Like how we did something like on primary key only. Add
Yeah.
unique constraint. How can I add? Alter table.
Alter table.
Table
SRC
name.
start1.
Add constraint.
Add constraint unique.
Constraint name.
UN. Okay.
Okay. UN1, anything. Name. Unique of
Unique.
student number. Okay.
Number.
Okay. Clear on
Yeah.
the syntax only?
Yeah.
Okay. Now when executed,
Yes.
this get added successfully. The data is there. Refresh the data. The key constraint will come. Refresh the table. Columns. You will not find any. Okay. In not null student number. Here only you will find.
ఓకే.
You
బట్
don't find anything like, primary key over here.
బట్ కింద UN1 అని ఉంది. బట్ అది ఏ కాలమ్‌కి అనేది మనకు తెలియాలంటే
ఆహా! ఇక్కడ వచ్చేసేపటికి అప్పుడు మీరు చూసుకోవాలి. యూ ఆల్ హావ్ టు గో త్రూ ద మెటాడేటా ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓన్లీ.
ఓకే. 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 ఓకే.
See here it is giving the column 1, column name.
ఓకే.
Okay. So
యాహ్!
unless
కరెక్ట్.
primary key and foreign keys, nothing would be displayed over here only. That is also one of
బట్
the things that we.
నాట్ నల్ అని చూపిస్తుంది గదా! సో,
ఆ!
అలా యూనిక్ అని
ఆ! యూనిక్ అని చూపించదు మనకి. ప్రైమరీ కీకి చూపించింది మళ్ళీ మీకు. ఇఫ్ యూ సీ primary key has a constraint over here. This is the
యాహ్!
primary
యాహ్!
key symbol. So all these keys will be maintained at somewhere else. Okay, now, okay, I wanted to maintain it the subject also as a unique key. Okay,
హుహు.
because subject is a null value. And also it serves my second purpose, saying that what we call a table can maintain multiple unique keys. Okay. And can I
ఓకే.
create one more unique key with this combination also, because it's SNO already there, but SNO S name you cannot take, but S name